According to a recently filed lawsuit, a Tesla supervisor said, quote, only black workers who'd accept being called the N-word should be hired. Now, again, this is cartoonish level racism right here. This is like the type of stuff that a 12-year-old who grew up in a really racist household would do. Like he would, like, as a school project, you feel me? Like, okay, class, if you could build a dream company, how would you make it? And then like he writes it up and then he gets in trouble. He gets detention, and that's like what I'm imagining again with this level of cartoonish racism here. We continue. Tesla employees have filed yet another racial discrimination and retaliation lawsuit against the automaker. This one featuring HR executives who allege they were terminated after investigating and validating workers' complaints of widespread racial harassment. 6 employees at Tesla's Fremont, California production facilities, 5 human resources professionals and a senior security operations manager say they were unjustifiably disciplined or fired after standing up for workers who made complaints about racial slurs, racial harassment, and discrimination, according to the complaint filed by the U.S. District Court in California on August 7th and obtained by Atlanta Black Star. So its corporate leaders in Austin allegedly targeted many of its most outspoken employees in Fremont or Fremont. How do you say that, Ben? You live in California.
Fremont, I think.
Fremont, okay.
Facts don't matter.
Yeah, they don't matter. Okay, so in Fremont, who substantiated instances of alleged racism and discrimination for termination. Among them was Karen Draper, a black woman who started working for Tesla in February of 2022 as a senior HR business partner. In September of 2022, a female Tesla production supervisor, BM, took a medical leave of absence, which was approved, the lawsuit says. Despite its medical necessity, BM's manager, Christopher Lindsay, was angered by her absence. No, we're getting into some trouble now. They seemed to have a personal vendetta against her and wanted to fire her while she was out, while he repeatedly expressed in emails to HR and other operational managers. Well, see, that's an ode to capitalism right there. If you're sick, who cares? If you have a broken leg, who cares? If your kid is in the emergency room, who cares? Either you work or we'll replace you with an AI program that can barely read, so that's the time period we're in now. Okay, so we continue. First, 3 HR staffers who directly reported to Draper told Lindsay that such an action would be illegal and subject Tesla to liability. Since the employee had no documented performance deficiencies, Lindsay pressed them to fire her anyway in a loud, aggressive, and maniacal way, the complaint says. Draper then met with Lindsay herself to explain why terminating BM while on protected medical leave, excuse me, was illegal. But Lindsay was, quote, loud, rude, rabid, and intransigent with Draper, who then reported his behavior to Nicole Burgers. Ooh, that's an awesome last name. Nicole Burgers. The overall HR manager for the Fremont facility, who was based in Texas. Burgers and other managers had began treating Draper as an angry black woman. Oh, here we go. She's sick. She just wants a few days off. She's tired. She works hard. She just wants a little empathy. But no, we can't have that. We continue. The lawsuit says Tesla employees often complained about seeing the N-word in graffiti on walls across the plant and bathrooms, and even now on Tesla vehicles rolling off the production line, as well as frequently finding nooses on their desks or equipment. I mean, this calls into question, like, what are your hiring processes like? Because again, like, this is like middle school type of stuff. Like, oh, we're gonna hang a noose in here. We're gonna, like, a car that's on the production line coming out with spray paint on it. That's a waste of money. Like, why are these people working for you? But I don't know. Ask Elon Musk. All right. We're almost done. The plaintiff, Linda Peliquin, an HR manager who is Asian, was also allegedly fired by Burgers in retaliation for complaining and speaking out against Tesla's refusal to fire an employee for patently, I got a lot of sun in my eyes, y'all, my bad. Patently racist misconduct. In Peliquin's case, a white manufacturing employee made an angry comment to a black employee on the production line, asking him, quote, do you want to hang by a tree? A noose had previously been found hanging at the facility. Yeah, Ben. So again, do you agree with me? Like when I say that this is like kind of like middle school level racism. Like this isn't even sophisticated. This isn't like, oh, we're gonna like jimmy the numbers to pay you a bit less than your white colleagues, or we're gonna take your benefits away. We're gonna give you the worst shift. Like it's not subtle like that. It's just like, well, we're gonna draw the N word, and unless you're cool with being called the N word, then you can't work here. Like, is this not kind of like 14-year-old level thinking?
I mean, I definitely agree. It's very overt, blatant, horrible racism. I don't know what middle school you went to. I didn't have
I'm
nooses
just saying
hanging in
it's
mine.
juvenile. It's
Yeah,
juvenile. Like it's not like
definitely.
they're not getting anything out of this. You know
It's
what I'm
not
saying?
subtle racism. They just are really pushing the boundaries of what's going to get them fired and really trying to get fired. It seems like.
Yeah, I mean, basically, because again, it's like this isn't even beneficial racism. Y'all just clowning around. All right, let's continue here. One of Pelican's direct reports, Adam Chow, investigated the black employee's complaint and confirmed that it was intended to be racially derogatory and implied a threat of violence, and recommended that the white employee be fired. Pelican concurred. Chow, who is Asian, was pushed out soon after advocating for the firing of the employee who allegedly said, quote, "Do you want to hang by a tree?" the complaint says, despite previously excellent performance reviews. Ray Sethna is the senior director of global security operations, and Ozell Murray is the head of security. Sethna counseled Murray that he should be informed all new black security person, I'm sorry, he should be informing all new black security personnel that the use of the N-word was, quote, simply ingrained in the culture at Tesla, simply ingrained in the culture at Tesla. I'm sorry, that's funny. And Mire should only be bringing aboard people who are willing to accept and acquiesce to the prevalence of the word in the workplace. Like it's just what we do, man. What you mean? Hey, I mean, this obviously this is problematic, but it's just so silly that people are like this in 2025. You know that we're facing so much regression in so many ways, socially in this country, economically in this country, and man, if only we could get past this, what we could do. The sky really would be the limit if we could get over just like petty racism and petty sexism. And I'm tired of seeing gay people walking around outside on the streets. I remember the good old days when they stayed inside, or at least dressed the way they're supposed to. Like, let's get past that, and then we can have a much better society. But I suppose we're not yet there. All right. The 6 plaintiffs accused Tesla of retaliation, wrongful termination, disability discrimination, and failure to prevent unlawful discrimination in violation of California law and public policy. They seek a jury trial to determine financial damages, including loss of income, benefits, and employment related opportunities for growth, as well as compensatory damages for injuries. I'm sorry, y'all. I really can read. Y'all know I can read. I got a lot of sun in my eyes right now, so it is what it is. Including damage to professional reputation, humiliation, mental and emotional distress, and punitive and exemplary damages. They also want Tesla to pay for their legal costs. I mean, look, listen, at the end of the day, I don't really, this is obviously a reflection of Elon Musk and how he runs his company. It's got to be. Elon Musk, who throws out the Nazi symbols because he thinks it's cute. Elon Musk, who's always pushing great replacement theories and stuff along those lines. So I guess it does fit in the company culture. I think that this is silly. I think it's ridiculous. Again, I think it's rather juvenile. You're not really getting anything out of this level of racism. But unfortunately, this is the type of stuff that people have to deal with, whether it's people in the black community, brown community, the Muslim community, the Jewish community, whatever it may be, minorities, women, you know what I'm saying? Like just being a woman, being gay. Unfortunately, these are the types of harassment, instances of harassment that people have to deal with in the workplace often. So what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure that racism's a lot better, even if you can get something out of it. But at least I suppose you can see a motive behind it then from a racist person. In any instance, racism is just not only wrong, immoral, but it's just very stupid. It shows somebody again who is unwilling to evolve, unable to embrace their fellow human beings, their fellow citizens, their fellow coworkers as people. When you divide people and judge people and hate on people based on the color of their skin, based on any difference between you and them, it shows how weak you are. It shows how antiquated and backwards and soft you are as a person. You should be able to be near people who are different than you on account of them being people still. So it's just unacceptable in every way. It's ridiculous. Um, and these things can't be allowed when complaints are made. A novel idea might be for the company to say, oh, yeah, that person's fired, rather than saying, let's just acquiesce and kind of get used to a culture of racism. Although that is a novel argument, I will grant them that.
Probably do well in court. Yeah, just deal with it. Just suck it up.
They could also say, oh, when the guy said, would you like to hang by a tree? He just meant, do you want to hang out by a tree?
Exactly,
Let's hang
exactly.
by
He
a
just
tree.
wanted to know if you wanted to have a picnic. That's all he was asking.
And the noose was ropes. We could put our hammock up and we could lay in a hammock together.
Exactly.
That's as plausible as any argument, but obviously we know what the real intention was. So there's also that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, again, I'll just close out by saying people really do go through harassment in the workplace. It is real. It's not something to scoff at. And it's very important that we address these issues and continue to do our best to spread a more empathetic and accepting culture, whether it be in the workplace, in the political space, or just wherever it may be in the American public life. So